So starting with the first chapter, that is viscosity from Dreamer package. Okay, so just tell me, Gulshan, what is viscosity?
When the one layer and another in the fluid side, when the one layer adjacent layer, one layer is flow in the adjacent layer.
Yes, yes, carry on.
I can't explain.
No, no, try, bro.
Uh,
Try.
okay. I tried. Uh, in the fluid side, when the one layer of the fluid with flow with the our other adjacent layer, this property of fluid is also called viscosity.
Viscosity. Or do you like to tell in Hindi, because I didn't get you? What is viscosity? आप हिंदी में भी बता
ओके,
सकते हो.
मैं ये बोलना चाह रहा हूँ कि मतलब विस्कोसिटी ये होता है कि जब फ्लूइड का एक पार्टिकल जो होता है, यानी उसकी जो ऊपर का पार्ट, मतलब उसकी जो लेयर्स होती है वो एडजेसेंट लेयर एक मतलब टाइम टू टाइम वो मतलब उसका जो एक सरफेस होता है, सरफेस के साथ में चेंज करता जाता है। और सिंपल बोल सकते हैं कि एक फ्लूइड का बहने के जो गुण होता है उसको मतलब उसकी प्रॉपर्टी को विस्कोसिटी बोलते हैं।
Not very much satisfied. Okay, Jack, any definition from your side, or I should carry on with my thing?
Flow of liquid depends on the viscosity.
What is the term viscosity means? Like, what is the definition of viscosity? Yeah, it's a property of
No, bro, you
liquid.
can carry on.
Okay, so viscosity is the property of fluid that resists to flow. Okay, it is just like friction in the fluid, in the liquid. Okay, so what you were saying, that Gulshan, that can be drafted
Yeah.
like this: when two
Okay.
adjacent layer of the fluid have relative
Okay.
velocity, means there
Okay.
will be resistance in flow, that is called viscosity. मेरे कहने का मतलब है कि जब दो लेयर के बीच में रिलेटिव वेलोसिटी होगा, मतलब पहला लेयर चल रहा है तो दूसरा लेयर
Okay.
मतलब दोनों के बीच में दोनों लेयर साथ में नहीं चल रहे, दोनों आसपास चल रहे हैं, तो एक दूसरे को रगड़ खाएंगे, रगड़ खाने की वजह
Okay.
से विस्कोसिटी, वो जो है फ्रिक्शन होगा, दैट इज नथिंग बट
Okay.
विस्कोसिटी. ओके, रेजिस्टेंस, इट्स अ रेजिस्टेंस टू फ्लो. ओके, सिंपल. सो यूनिट्स ऑफ विस्कोसिटी क्या होती है विन? जस्ट कम ऑन ब्रो, फास्ट फास्ट बताओ, ठीक है, रिवीजन करना है हमें बस. एनी आइडिया? नहीं आइडिया है तो यूनिट्स ऑफ विस्कोसिटी, एनीवन? विस्कोसिटी कैसे नापते हैं हम? मैं बताता हूँ. यस,
From viscometer.
या लाइक यूनिट या विस्कोमीटर इंस्ट्रूमेंट का नाम होता है, इट्स इंस्ट्रूमेंट नेम. व्हाट इज द यूनिट ऑफ विस्कोसिटी? एनीवन?
Uh,
हाँ या
Centistock and like that.
हाँ. See, there are
Am
two
I right?
types. Yeah. You are partially right also, no problem. See,
Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
yeah, Gulshan, go
Hello.
ahead. Yeah. Yes, go ahead.
There is a network problem. There is some network problem.
Okay.
I think Newton per second meter square.
Newton per second meter square. Newton per meter square. uh
No. न्यूटन पर सेकंड स्क्वायर, न्यूटन पर सेकंड स्क्वायर बोल सकते हैं ना उसे, मतलब मीन एक टाइम के सेट में वो क्या कर रहा है, वेलोसिटी से बह रहा है,
see,
और न्यूटन मतलब उसमें जो फोर्स रेजिस्ट कर रहा है, फोर्स के लिए हमने न्यूटन लिया हुआ है, और वो सेकंड स्क्वायर उसका जो लिया हुआ है वो समय के साथ में बढ़ रही है।
speak again.
इसलिए
What?
कहेंगे मीन न्यूटन पर सेकंड स्क्वायर।
Newton per second square? No. Let me tell you. Okay.
या
First, there are two type of viscosity, that is kinetic viscosity, dynamic viscosity. For kinetic viscosity, we have unit that is general, we call it Stokes, and SI unit of kinematic viscosity is meter square per second. Okay, and
ओके
dynamic viscosity is Newton per meter square into second, like Pascal second. Okay,
ओके
Newton
ओके
per meter square is nothing but Pascal into second. Yeah,
Yeah.
you were telling something wrong. Like you have to revisit again. Okay, that's why
Okay.
revision is important. Okay, moving
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
yeah, moving with next thing. Yeah, if we increase the temperature, viscosity will increase or decrease. Come on, fast. Anyone?
Decrease.
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 Decrease, decrease, decrease. Okay, Charles. What about Charles?
Hello.
Yes, Charles. If we increase temperature, velocity will decrease or increase. Viscosity will decrease.
Viscosity will decrease.
Hmm?
Viscosity will decrease.
Oh, viscosity will decrease, but the viscosity of liquid will decrease. But the viscosity of gas will increase because when the temperature increases,
Yeah.
the intercollision of particles happens more. So the resistance will be more. So in a case of fluid means liquid and gas both. Okay. In a case of liquid,
Yeah.
if we increase temperature, viscosity will decrease. Okay, because increasing temperature will loosen the intermolecular force. But in a case of gas, if we increase temperature, viscosity will also increase. Got it, bro?
Okay,
Everyone?
got it.
Yes. Yes. Yes, bro.
Yeah, this is a typical question that can be asked. Okay, some little concept. Okay, now moving with the next flow. So the anyone like to tell what is fluid? Sorry, what is fluid? Yeah, what is fluid? Definition of fluid. Anyone? You all have
Which
heard.
substances which have a property of flow? That is a fluid.
Yeah, that can flow. That is fluid. Anyone
That can
else?
flow. Which substance have the? Okay. Sorry.
That yeah. Gulshan, why are you confusing it? Like, say it what you know. What is your core definition? Like what you said.
I think which क्या बोलना चाहिए यार wait बेटा just wait.
You are saying something from somewhere.
No.
Then why wait? Just speak on na. No worries. That can flow from your side.
No.
Okay. The
I make a
second.
sentence na I make sentence here.
Okay. What is the
It
substance?
does not have any shape.
Does not have any shape. Okay. Anyone else? Charles.
I
What is
actually
fluid?
didn't get the question.
What is fluid?
Fluid.
Yeah, yeah. What is fluid? FLUID.
Uh, Fluid is a thing which
Yeah.
can float without shape.
Not a definite
The
shape.
the tendency of flow is called fluid.
Yeah. Okay. This is a common example that a primary class student also tell. But we are an engineering student. If we speak in front of interviewer, it will like what is compression ignition engine, what is spark engine. That is it is like it is having a spark, it is not having a spark. Okay, something like that. It's a and I want to hear some extra word in it. That is very important to know about as a student of mechanical engineering. That will give you edge in the interview. Okay. So Mir Mojam Ali, would you like to explain the what is fluid? Okay. So Sarfraz, we have a question. What is fluid? I would like to define it. If interviewer will ask this simple question.
Can you please repeat the question again?
What is fluid?
Anything that flows is fluid.
Yeah, yeah, that's a simple definition, and any primary student also can tell. As a
Yeah.
engineering student, what you should tell? Any idea?
Yeah, fluid can be classified into two sections: liquids and gases.
What is fluid only?
Okay, what is fluid?
Hmm. Yeah, that can flow is correct. Anything you can add in this?
Both the types of fluid or anything else?
No, no, no. See, now I am going to add this scientific point that is very impressive, that anything that can flow under that can flow under action of very small shear force, very small shear force, okay, or
Yes.
a fluid of a substance that can deform under action of very small shear force, small shear force. That anyone have heard of this shear force? What is shear force? If there is fluid, if there is fluid in it, if we apply shear force, it will deform.
Friction.
Yeah, shear force, yeah, it's nothing but friction force, okay. Like the opposition of shear force is friction force. Anyone? But as you must have heard in strength of material. Anyway, uh, let's move with the next question. This line I wanted to add, and you people have to go and search why I spoke this line and what is the concept, what is the scientific definition of fluid. You will get this, okay. Yeah, Jack.
Can you explain it again?
Okay.
Fluid.
A fluid is a substance that can deform. Like if there is a fluid, okay, अगर हम उसमें that can deform under action of very small shear force. फ्लूइड है यहाँ, उस पर हल्का सा वो अपने वेट की वजह से भी that can also travel without with the because of its weights also, okay. So I will explain it later what is the concept when I will be explaining like a shear force and tensile force and all, okay. तो उसमें क्या होता है कि डू यू अंडरस्टैंड हिंदी ब्रो?
Yeah, bro.
एक shear फोर्स होता है जो कि एक टेंसाइल फोर्स ऐसे लगता है, shear फोर्स ऐसे लगता है. यदि यहाँ फ्लूइड है ओके, उस पर हल्का सा shear फोर्स हम ऐसे लगाया तो वो डिफॉर्म होगा ही, उसका डिफिनिट शेप रहेगा ही नहीं, ओके. यस चार्ल्स.
Actually, I don't know Hindi.
No, I was saying that there are two type of force, tensile force and shear force. Fluid is a type of substance that can deform, matlab that will change its shape under its action of very small shear force, okay. If there is solid, now understand it, if there is a solid, if you apply a little force it will not change its shape, but if there will be fluid it will change its shape. Somebody was saying that the shape is not definite, okay, because of this only. This is okay. I think we should carry on with the next question, okay. Okay, okay guys, moving with the next question. What is laminar flow and what is turbulent flow? Anyone? हिफाजत भाई रिवीजन हो रहा है ड्रीमर पैकेज का.
सही है ब्रो, अभी सीखना होगा.
या गुलशन.
When the Renault number of when the Renault number is in about to 4000, that flow is क्या turbulent flow, and when the Renault number is below 2800, that flow, this flow is called a laminar flow.
What is the definition? Yeah, anyone else? कोई और बताएगा? सरफराज. यस.
Yeah. Irregular flow, where velocity of the fluid is not constant at every point, is a turbulent flow, and laminar flow is the flow of fluid where each particle of the fluid follows a smooth path and never interferes with one another, with each other's path. It's laminar flow.
What? Can you speak again? I got disturbed by someone.
Yeah, turbulent flow. It is the irregular flow where the velocity of fluid is not constant at every point. And in laminar flow, the fluid where each particle of fluid follows a smooth path and a path which never interfere with one another. And
Yeah.
the velocity is constant.
No, you are confusing it. Just hold on, na. Okay.
Nozzle is a device which increases the velocity of a fluid.
Okay. Anyone else?
It is used in a Venturi effect. I think so.
Venturi meter, yeah. Venturi meter.
Nozzle is a device which is used to control the direction and characteristics of the fluid. Its main primary purpose is to increase the velocity.
Mm-hmm. And don't forget to mention about the direction also. Okay. To
Yes. Okay.
control
Okay.
the velocity direction. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving with the next question. What is equation of continuity? Anyone like to explain? It's an opening through which when fluid passes its velocity changes. Yeah, velocity changes mostly because nozzle is nose like, so when area decreases the velocity increases because of equation of continuity. So I have just explained equation of continuity. Anyone else like to explain what is equation of continuity?
What was the definition given by you?
If area increase, velocity decreases.
Okay.
Where area decreases, velocity increases.
Yes.
A1 V1 equal to A2
Is
V2.
equal to A2 V2. Yes.
Yes, yes.
It is a sub derivation of Bernoulli equation. Okay, Bernoulli theorem. Okay, so what is Bernoulli theorem? Anyone, guys? I have to write the question. Oh.
P1 V1 equal to P2 V2.
Knowledge theorem states that an increase in the speed will decrease in the pressure energy, but the rate at which the mass is equal to the rate at which the mass. Sorry, I forgot that one. The total mass will be the same inside the pipe or something.
Total mass, but it is based on the conservation of energy theorem, not a conservation of mass.
Okay, total
And
energy will be the same. Sorry, pardon.
no worries. Anyone else? Yeah, Gulshan, go ahead.
तो कैन आई स्पीक इन हिंदी?
अरे कोई दिक्कत नहीं ब्रो, बोलो, मैं उसको इंग्लिश
ये
में
बोल
ट्रांसलेट कर दूंगा.
ये बोल सकते हैं ना उसमें कि जो एक साइड का होता है ना बर्नौली इक्वेशन में कि उसमें जो पोटेंशियल एनर्जी होता है उसमें काइनेटिक एनर्जी होता है प्रेशर एनर्जी होता है वो इक्वल होता है अनदर साइड के प्रेशर एनर्जी काइनेटिक एनर्जी और पोटेंशियल एनर्जी के.
किसमें इक्वल होता है?
वो किसमें इक्वल होगा?
Or we can say that the total energy in the pipe will be the same.
या आल्सो से दैट.
पाइप में कि फ्लूइड में?
Pipe
फ्लूइड
में.
में फ्लूइड में
Yeah, fluid में. Sorry.
फ्लूइड कैसा होना चाहिए, टर्बुलेंट या लेमिनार?
फ्लूइड
या आजाज भाई बोलो ना, आजाज भाई बोलो. यस, विभाजन, ऑफ कोर्स लेमिनार. या विभाजन. नॉलेज तो यहाँ पहुँच गया है. When a fluid flowing in a tube, its kinetic energy, potential energy and velocity head remains constant throughout the tube. Constant होता है at any point. Yeah. Thus, so it can be, okay, my problem. It can be defined as the Bernoulli theorem is based on the conservation of energy principle. Okay. That says when a fluid flow along a streamline path or laminar flow, the sum of its potential energy, kinetic energy and pressure energy will be constant. Okay, since in a case of pipe the height is nearly same, so that's why we neglect this potential energy and we say that when kinetic energy decreases, pressure energy increases, and that we use in defining the region that why in a case of discharge, in a case of centrifugal pump at a discharge side, it's increases, its pressure energy increases. Got you? Got it? Anyone got doubt?
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
got it.
All
Got it.
clear?
No doubt, sir.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
So next question is, what is Venturi effect? We have heard of Venturi meter that works on the principle of Venturi effect. So what is a Venturi effect?
When the area of the fluid decreases, its velocity increases and pressure decreases.
Yeah, pressure decreases. Okay. So what is the application of it if we are decreasing pressure?
We are using it in freshwater generator.
Refrigeration system.
Yeah.
Yes.
We are using it in freshwater generator. Pressure we can decrease the boiling point.
Yeah, exactly. We will be saving the energy. Okay,
Yeah.
correct. Venturi effect. What is the next question? What is the differences between mass and weight? Anyone?
Mass is a constant and weight is into gravity. Weight can be varied at different places where the gravity changes.
Yeah. Hifajat was saying that water jet in bathroom. For what? Water jet in bathroom. Area decreasing, velocity increasing,
Velocity increases.
pressure decreasing.
Will that
Yeah,
not be more of continuity though?
yeah. That is based on continuity only, na. That Bernoulli theorem and continuity is bye bye. Okay. So yeah, I will be uploading it on YouTube. No problem, no issues. I am writing questions in description. I will be mentioning all the questions that has been asked. Okay. So anyone else would like to tell any other difference other than that uh, constant and variable thing, that mass is always constant and weight is very on very depending on which planet you are. Any other differences between mass and weight, guys? कोई तो बोलो यार.
हमें नहीं पता भाई.
अच्छा ठीक है.
Mass is a scalar quantity and weight is a vector quantity.
Oh, correct, correct, correct. SI यूनिट बोल दो भाई.
Sorry.
Mass it's kg and for weight it's Newton.
Yeah, kg force is nothing but Newton. Yeah, Jack.
Yeah.
Jack, just speak on. There are very less people. No need to raise hand. Okay. Moving with the next question. What is Archimedes principle? Gulshan, would you like to explain it? What is Archimedes principle? Okay, pass. Anyone else?
Okay. When a body is fully or partially immersed in a water, an upward force acts on it, which is equal to the weight of the liquid displaced by the body. The upward force is the buoyant force. Okay,
Hmm.
and it really depends upon the density of water, volume of the liquid displaced. And one more thing is density.
What is the formula that what is that formula? Buoyant force equal to what?
Rho V and something like that.
Not something, you have to be clear. Rho Vg. Rho is the
Yeah.
density of the displaced fluid. V is the volume of the displaced fluid, and G is the gravitational constant. Okay. So everyone got it? What is our complete principle, or should I also explain?
Can you explain, please?
Okay, Hifazat. Hifazat has explained it very good. Like when a body is partially or fully immersed into a liquid, it experiences an upward force that is known as buoyant force, and it is equal to the weight of the displaced fluid. Okay, got it?
Okay.
हिंदी में
Yeah.
बताऊं? आर्किमिडीज
No, no,
प्रिंसिपल एक
no need,
ऐसा
no need,
सिद्धांत है. ओके, ऑलराइट.
no need है, इतना तो आता है.
No, no. Bro, aim for Anglo also, na? Don't think so.
Yeah.
It is not right rocket science. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, one interesting question. Where it is easy to swim, in sea water or in fresh water?
I think fresh water.
Fresh water. Evito,
Cold
Evito,
water.
Evito.
In seawater, because the density, there is a role of density.
Yeah.
Correct.
It's more in seawater because of the salt.
Okay. Number two. Why ice floats in waters? Because why ice floats in water in spite of that solid thing? Simple question. Why
It has
ice?
less density, or
Because of less density. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I don't want to go into the details why 1 kg of solid ice is less density heavy, because, and 1 kg of that water into liquid form will more density because of the term hydrogen bonding. Okay, let's forget it. Earlier
What
I
was the
asked.
answer for the first question?
Yeah,
Which is easier to swim?
it's in seawater because the density of seawater is more, and when the fluid density is more, it will, the buoyant force will be exerted by that fluid will be more, because the formula for buoyant force is rho vg, in which rho is the density of the displaced fluid, like density of the fluid in which the object is immersing. Got it?
Yeah, the density of water is
But
1000.
the question needs to be which is easy to float. But swimming means it comes to freshwater, right? Because seawater has more friction than the freshwater.
Avito, is he right?
Not aware of it.
Swimming and floating is different, bro.
Okay. uh, Floating, correct, yeah. I will get back to you floating and swimming. Okay, thanks, bro. Floating and swimming is different thing. Okay, if I had been asked in floating, that what would be your answer?
Seawater,
Okay, swimming. Okay,
freshwater.
okay, good. I will search by myself what is swimming. Okay, the next question is, what is displacement? Anyone? Guys, come on fast. Show up. राकेश, गुलशन भाई, कोई तो बोलो. सरफराज.
Shortest distance between point A to point B.
Okay, correct. And what is distance?
Distance depends on the path.
Yeah, at the length of actual path.
Length, yeah.
Distance is the length of actual path, and displacement is the length of shortest path. Okay, sure. On swimming, I was confused, so was checking online.
Yeah.
We know
Avito
that.
has given the answer, I think.
Okay, no. Jack, sure. On swimming, I was confused, so I was checking online. We know that upthrust from water is required for swimming, and then the density of fluid matters in order to gain that upthrust. The denser the fluid, the more the upthrust, and this is why it is easier to swim in sea water and then fresh river water. Yeah, I am resonating with Evito. because someone has asked me like this only कि बताओ कि किस पे तैरना आसान है, समंदर में या इसमें. तो आई वाज लाइक समंदर सोच के ही मैं डर गया. मैं कहा समंदर में तो सर डूब जाऊंगा. तो कहा पागल समंदर का डेंसिटी ज्यादा होता है, उसमें बच जाएगा. ठीक है, सीधा फ्रेश वाटर में अगर नहीं आएगा तो डूब जाएगा. This is not my answer, but Baiju seems to swim. Yeah, floating swimming is same thing. Like no big difference. The upthrust is that depends on density only. Thanks, Evito. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, what was my question? I have asked. राकेश क्या पूछा था मैंने अभी?
Distance and displacement.
अच्छा, ओके. तो तीन टर्म है, बेसिक टर्म. देखो guys, what I have seen experience in interviews, they do not ask other than Anglo. In other interviews they ask basics questions. Okay, so that's why I am also asking distance and displacement thing. It is nothing wastage of time. In spite of that, I am not getting a proper answer. What is work, guys? Anybody? How will you define work? Sarfraz? Pass.
Energy required to move a body, it is the energy transfer when a body changes its displacement.
Somewhat correct, yeah. Okay. Anyone else? Jack?
Energy, force required to move object, or energy required to move object.
No. We can say work is process in which energy changes from one form to another. Yeah. One form to another. Yeah, changing. Yeah.
Is it the energy required or energy
See,
transfer between one form?
see. Go by the formula always.
Force into
Until
displacement.
unless there will be no displacement, there will be no work. So work is defined by the displacement of any object from its previous position. Okay, this is simple. Go by the formula. Work is nothing but force into displacement.
क्या बोला?
क्या राकेश?
Repeat करियो.
मैं ये कह रहा हूं कि जब तक डिस्प्लेसमेंट नहीं होगा हम नहीं कह सकते वर्क हुआ है इन केस ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग. ओके,
हाँ, ठीक है, समझ गया.
डिस्प्लेसमेंट इज नेसेसरी एंड डिस्प्लेसमेंट, और उसके बाद डिस्प्लेसमेंट और वर्क, फोर्स और डिस्प्लेसमेंट का डायरेक्शन सेम होना चाहिए. ओके, दैट देन ओनली बी दैट विल कॉल वर्क. ओके, force either, displacement either, that means work done is zero, no work. Do we need to mention that if the displacement take place perpendicular to the force, that okay? So the whole definition is what? Work done is defined by the displacement of object from its previous position in the direction of force. Got it?
Got it.
Yeah, in the direction of force. यहाँ से हम from here we can say that if there is some angle. Yeah, last word are important. Yeah, thanks for your question. If you didn't ask, I wouldn't have added this. Sometime I also forget. Okay, now coming to the Sarfaraz, you get it?
Yes. Yeah, I get it.
All right. So now coming to the energy. What is energy? Energy means capacity of doing work. If I have capacity to do work, then I am having energy. So these are the short terms that can be asked in basic way. What is work? Energy, power. Power, go by the formula. Energy, go by the formula. Energy and work is same thing. Force into displacement. But capacity, if there is capacity but it is not doing work, still will have energy. But it is doing work, still will have energy. Okay, in a case of now power, what is power? Anyone?
Work per time
Yeah, work per
at
time.
a
Yeah,
given time.
work done in a given time. Correct. Gulshan, try bro, try.
Yes, bro. Right.
कुछ तो बोलो, हिंदी में बोलो, क्योंकि हम में से मोस्टली सिलेक्टेड है कहीं ना कहीं. ओके, सो
Bro, yes, bro. I know. I know.
हाँ, तो हिंदी में बोलो, ट्राई करो. नाउ इट्स योर टर्न टू गेट सिलेक्टेड. राकेश ट्राई कर. व्हाट इज पावर?
एक सेकंड रुक जा, कुछ काम में बिजी हूँ, ऑफिस का मैसेज कर रहा हूँ.
Okay, okay, all right. So, just as Jack said, work done in given time or rate of doing work. Okay, because of that time in denominator, work done upon time is known as power. So, rate of doing work is known as power. Okay. What are they? Yeah. Now we have surface tension. What is surface tension? Any idea? Anyone? How would you like to define this? What is surface tension? In any way, simple language. Surface. Try it.
Surface
Yeah.
tendency of fluid to
Hmm.
shrink into minimum surface area.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Because of the surface tension, only the liquid forms droplets. Okay.
Yes.
Tendency of, and because of the surface tension only, if you have seen in a tube, the liquid get in this shape or in this shape. Okay, capillary action. Yeah. In a case of, what is capillarity? In a case of capillarity, the, what is capillarity? Sarfraz, would you like to tell?
When fluid passes through a narrow space and opposite to forces like gravity.
Capillarity is the rising or depressing of the ability of liquid to rise or depress when it passes through the narrow tube, like against the gravitational force. In a case of capillarity, yeah, just my doubt, maybe silly. Yeah, Avito has something to say. Capillary action. Avito bro, just my doubt, maybe silly. Yes, yes, Jack, ask.
No, you can carry on. I can ask in the chat in auto.
Okay, okay, all right. In a case of capillarity, it can be defined as that ability of fluid to rise, like in a narrow space against the gravity. Okay, why it is happening? It is because of adhesive forces. Why surface tension happens? Because of cohesive forces. Got it? Everyone got it?
GYAN bro.
Yeah.
Hello. Please speak slowly because na I am write down your answers na on paper.
I will be uploading on YouTube this. You will get all the meeting recordings. You don't know, we have channel and there are
Okay.
50 videos. You can see all the discussion. Okay, and many
Okay,
other
okay.
people new joining do first step, they do only this. Okay, then after
Okay,
they
okay.
become hero. Like
Okay.
you will get to
Like
know.
Avito and you na.
Avito
Okay.
is my asset. He also manage communication thing, like non-technical things.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes, I know.
Okay. So surface tension. The reason of surface tension is what? Surface. Why surface tension occurs? Like why this surface tension exists? Surface.
Yeah, when cohesive forces of a molecule, it occurs because of the adhesive force and the cohesive force of the two
See.
different particles.
Yeah. See, in a case of surface tension, as you have already explained, that tendency up to minimize or shrink into minimum area. Okay, why it is showing that? It's because of intermolecular attraction. And when there is intermolecular attraction, then when one particle and other particle of the same thing, same liquid attract each other, that is nothing but a cohesive force. Yeah, and because of only that, and in a case of capillarity, what comes in action? See, adhesive force. So see, if there is a narrow tube going in the liquid, tub of liquid, and that adhesion between a narrow tube and that liquid, so they attract each other. Okay, different materials attract each other, na? So because of that they rise. Got it?
Yes, yes.
Okay, now what let me write the questions what I
Yeah,
have
I have one
doubt. Yeah,
confusion regarding. Yeah, I have one doubt regarding the question of this one Archimedes principle.
Archimedes, yes.
I was asked in the interview, why does she float? So I explained him with Archimedes principle. But he asked that is the weight of the, while explaining the weight of the water, weight of the vessel, weight of the ship is equal, is the weight of the ship is equal to the weight of the water displaced?
Correct.
It's correct, right?
Hmm.
Okay.
So what is the confusion in it? What was the actual question asked in the interview? Where is it?
He was asking me about why, how does she float? And a
So,
nail sink. He was just asking me. So I was explaining him with
oh,
the help of,
now,
yeah,
now.
yeah.
So
So
tell this question. So now
yeah,
what you said.
yeah. I explained him with the this one Archimedes principle. How does the ship float? Then I got the confusion that if the nails sink and in the weight, like is the shape of the weight same to the weight of the displacement of the water?
You have to
Why?
answer like then nail displaced the water is less compared to the ship displaced water.
Okay, all right.
So you said what exactly? This only.
Yeah, yeah. This much only. I explained him the Archimedes principle. Why does ship float? Then I got confused in this part. Why does nail sink? I told him, but still I had a confusion.
Like the question is like that only, na? Why
Yeah,
this little needle of
yeah.
iron sinks and the large iron ship does not sink? Would you like to explain it once again, bro?
I don't
Well,
know about this answer, bro. Yeah,
No,
Vito,
no, no, no.
please answer this
What
one.
you
Yeah,
what you said in interview?
I only explained how does a ship floats according to Archimedes principle. That much.
That much. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't got into much deep into this question.
Okay.
So he said, all right.
So you didn't gave the advice that you were right when was explaining about ship floating.
Yeah, yeah.
What and nail sinking? What was the reason you gave?
Uh, for Neil, I forgot. I think why. What I just gave him a stupid answer, but he still he didn't scold me or anything else. But he said,
No,
okay.
no worries. Anyone like to explain this concept? राकेश करेगा भाई? कोई और करेगा? गुलशन? Why ship floats and nail sinks? I'm writing questions. Okay, guys. So you were right, Sarfraz, but there is a one term that is very important in this. The overall density. We explain the things like whenever the density of the we have object, we have fluid. If the object density is less, it will float. Is it or not?
Correct. Yes.
Correct.
Mhm.
So in a case of ship, we made it such a like we made it such like that, in that is some void in the ship, some vacuum in the ship, some volume in the ship, the overall density of the ship decreases with the as compared to the density of water. But in a case of iron nail, the density of the iron nail is still much more than the density of water.
Okay, now I got it. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
density plays an important role.
overall density. We
Mm.
made a ship. So whenever we will calculate mass per unit of volume, mass per unit volume is nothing but density of a ship. It will come much more lesser than the water, because of that huge ship, the extra volume, the wide spaces in the ship, that makes like that only. This term overall density is very much important. You
Okay.
okay? That's why I got to know that what was the question.
Mm.
Pulsan. Okay, all right. Everyone got it? राकेश समझा?
मेरे को मैंने म्यूट करा हुआ था भाई, मैं कुछ लिख रहा था तो
चल
मेरे को
कोई ना,
कॉल
रिकॉर्डिंग में देख लियो.
रिकॉर्डिंग
और
सुनो.
जस्ट चेक व्हाट्सएप. और भाई कौन है? जैक, आई वाज एबल टू एक्सप्लेन why ship floats and nail sinks.
Yeah,
Okay, all
but I
right.
didn't hear that before you.
Okay, no, before this concept.
Yeah.
Oh no, no. So see, the I have studied from various sources, and so I concluded this concept. Okay, you will get to know if you search. Okay, there are very, yeah. We can also spy how ship has all lower density. Yes, such as large air tanks. Yeah, ballast tanks and all in with no water. Yeah. So that's why when ballast tank with water, they get down much more. Okay, just check WhatsApp that this is my logic to try and understand why swimming is easy in seawater. Why swimming is so? If floating is hard, more energy used to stay up as compared to swimming. Could, oh, bro, you will get into that later. So now the next question is, yes, tell me some differences. Tell me first what is evaporation and what is boiling point, and what how it is different. राकेश बोलेगा? It's the last question only.
Evaporation is a process that takes place on the surface.
Hmm.
Evaporation मतलब क्या बोलूँगा, मतलब हर एक टेम्परेचर पे होगा, like
It can evaporate. The liquid changes its state into vapor at any temperature.
at any
Correct.
temperature.
Hmm.
And in about the boiling, it boils at a that set value, set temperature. Like for water, it is 100 degrees Celsius,
Correct.
right?
Any other differences, Sarfraz?
Evaporation takes place on the surface, and boiling takes place on takes place throughout the whole volume.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I was saying evaporation takes place on the surface, and in while boiling, the it takes place throughout the whole volume.
Yeah, it's a bulk phenomena. It's a surface phenomena. Yeah. Any anything else? which is slow process, evaporation or boiling?
Evaporation is a slow process.
It is a slow process.
Okay, correct. Evaporation can be without heating in a volatile substance. Yeah, correct.
Yes, correct.
I think this much is okay. Uh,
Bro, what is acetone? I don't know.
acetone, that CH3CO something, it's a organic thing, nail polish remover. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
We also call thinner
Yeah.
something.
Enough.
Uh, so thank you guys. बस
Thank you.
इतना ही करते हैं ना, धीरे धीरे करेंगे. कंटिन्यूटी इज सो मच इम्पोर्टेंट, दैट्स व्हाई पुटिंग अ मीटिंग इज इम्पोर्टेंट. आई होप थोड़ा बहुत तो फायदा मिला होगा.
Yes,
सरफराज,
yes. करो और करो भाई, मुझे और चाहिए.
हाँ, मैं पूरा ड्रीमर पैकेज आई विल कंप्लीटिंग ड्रीमर पैकेज, क्योंकि राइट नाउ आई दिस डेज आई एम सो बिजी अब, सो आई हैव सो मच प्लान्स फॉर us and I am not executing. That thing is giving me frustration. So the earlier what I have studied all, so not to forget that I should continue this. Okay, CS3 so COC. Okay, सही है. Thank you guys. Thank you Vito. Thank you Jack.
Good night, bro. Good night.
Hold on.
Thank you, bro.
Bye. Bye. Take care.